Good afternoon mga katropa. It's me again, Rol O. Bataon. I will be joined by Hero Falaminiano and Ronnie Wong. Today, we will discuss about a catastrophic calamity that is a typhoon. So, what is a typhoon? A typhoon is also called a tropical cyclone. It is a large, powerful, and violent. It is a low-pressure area rotating counterclockwise and containing rising air that forms over warm water in the western Pacific Ocean. Now, do you want to know what causes a typhoon? I will now give the mic to your Kuya Ronnie, who will explain the cause.
Hello, Ronnie again. Here you might be curious what causes the destructive calamity known as a typhoon. A typhoon is a powerful tropical cyclone that forms over warm ocean waters. It develops through a complex interplay of various atmospheric and oceanic factors. Allow me to provide a brief explanation. Atmospheric conditions play a crucial role in the formation of a typhoon. First, there must be a sufficient supply of warm, moist air. This is typically found in tropical regions where the ocean surface temperatures are above 26.5 degrees Celsius. The warm ocean waters provide the necessary energy for the storm. As the warm air rises from the ocean surface, it creates an area of low pressure. This prompts more air to rush in, leading to the formation of a rotating system known as a tropical depression. If the conditions remain favorable with minimal wind shear and abundant moisture, the tropical depression can intensify into a tropical storm. As the storm continues to strengthen, its rotating winds begin to exceed 119 kilometers per hour. At this point, the storm is classified as a typhoon, hurricane, or cyclone depending on the region. The rotation of the earth, particularly the Coriolis effect, influences the storm's structure and direction. The Coriolis effect causes the winds to deflect, leading to a spiraling motion around the eye of the storm. The eye is relatively calm region at the center of the typhoon, surrounded by intense thunderstorms known as the eye wall. The eye wall is where the most powerful winds and heaviest rainfall occur. As long as the typhoon remains over the warm waters and encounters favorable atmospheric conditions, it can continue to gain strength and size. In summary, a typhoon forms when warm, moist air rises from the ocean surface, creating a low pressure area. Favorable conditions such as warm ocean temperatures and minimal wind shear allow the storm to intensify. The rotation of the earth and the Coriolis effect contribute to the formation of the typhoon's characteristic spiral structure.
Living in the Philippines, a country located in the Webster Pacific Ocean and prone to typhoons, can have significant effect when a typhoon strikes. Here a brief overview. Typhoons can bring strong wind, heavy rainfall, and storm surges to coastal areas, resulting in widespread damage and disruption. The impact of the typhoons can be felt before, during, and after its passage. Prior to a typhoon's arrival, people often experience the effect of its outer bands, which can bring increased rainfall, gusting wind, and stormy conditions. This may lead to flooding, landslide, and disrupted transportation and communication system. During the typhoons, the most serious impact occur. Strong wind can cause extensive damage to infrastructure, including buildings, roads, and power lines. Heavy rainfall can result in flash flood and mudslide, mostly the threat to life and property. Coastal areas are particularly vulnerable to storm surges, which are powerful oceanic waves and that can inundate low-lying regions and cause significant coastal erosion. After the typhoon can pass, the aftermath can bring additional challenge. The widespread damage can leave communities without electricity, water, and shelter. The flooding may persist, exacerbating the risk of the waterborne disease. The agricultural sector are a vital part of the Philippines economy often differed from extensive crop damage, impacting food security and livelihood. The Philippines government, along with local and international organizations, mobilized effort for disaster response, relief operation, and recovery, while evacuation measured early warning system and preparedness campaign are implemented in mitigate the impact of the typhoons. Communities work together to rebuild and restore their lives in the aftermath of the natural disaster. In summary, the effect of the typhoon in the Philippines can include damage to infrastructure, flooding, landslide, and disruption for service and loss and livelihood. In highlight the importance of preparedness, early warning system, and collaborate effort to minimize the impact of remote reliance in the affected community.
Now that we know the cause and effects given by your two kuyas, you might be wondering, how can we help? Well, there are many ways we can help. First is to donate. We can donate to established humanitarian organizations that are actively involved in disaster response and relief efforts. These organizations often provide essential supplies like food, water, shelter, and medical assistance to affected communities. Second is to volunteer your time and skills. Local organizations and relief agencies often require volunteers to assist in various tasks such as distributing relief goods, providing medical aid, or helping with cleanup and rehabilitation efforts. By offering your time and skills, you can directly contribute to the recovery process. We can also fundraise or initiate community drives. We can organize a fundraising events or community drives to collect donations and essential supplies. You can coordinate with local schools, churches, or community centers to gather support from broader community. Fourth is to provide shelter and support. If you have the means, well, why not? Offer temporary shelter to displaced individuals or families who have lost their homes. Coordinate with local authorities or relief agencies to ensure proper coordination and support. 5 is to spread awareness and share the information. We can use social media platforms or local community networks to raise awareness about the situation and share information about relief efforts. This can help mobilize support and connect affected communities with available resources. Remember, it is essential to coordinate with established organizations and authorities to ensure that your efforts are aligned with the most pressing needs properly coordinated. That is all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and beware. Goodbye.